Male reproductive system. It consists of the primary male organ, that is gonad, called testes, the accessory ducts and glands which form internal and external genitalia. So all sexual reproductive organs combine to form genitalia. In this diagram you can check, you have to open your textbook while watching this video, so you can check. First, testes. These are paired essential male reproductive gonad. Paired, that means it is present in two in number. They are the oval bodies which are firstly developed and present inside the abdominal cavity. But just before the birth, they come to lie outside the abdominal cavity in sac-like structure which is called scrotum. So when baby is actually present inside the mother's womb, that time these testes are not outside the body as that are. And after the birth, immediately and before the birth, it just before the birth, it comes outside and just retains in sac-like structure which are termed as scrotum. And the path of testes to reach to the scrotum is inguinal canal. If testis fails to descend from the abdomen into the scrotum, develops sterility. Sterility means there is no sexual reproduction takes place in the body. So that is called as sterile. And then this kind of condition is named as cryptorchidism. The testis is pushed in a scrotum and outside the abdominal cavity because of developing and maturation of the sperm. Slightly low temperature than the body temperature is required. That's why testes are lies hanging outside the body in the pelvic region. However, the testes are connected with their original position in the abdominal by spermatic cord through which blood vessels and nerves are supplied to the testes. So on the other side, the testis is connected with wall of scrotum by gubernaculum, and the function of testes is to produce sperms and male sex hormone, that is termed as testosterone or androgen. The structural and functional unit of the testes is the seminiferous tubule which produces the sperm. This is the main function, that is production of sperm, which are termed as male gamete. The terminal part of each seminiferous tubule joins with each other and to form a network like structure called rete testis. So we have started the testes and we have reached to the edge point. From the rete testis arises small ducts which are called vasa differentia, which unite with each other to form epididymis, the upper one part of the testes. The epididymis, which is generally divided into three parts: caput epididymis, recurrent duct or corpus epididymis or the body of the epididymis, and third one, cauda epididymis. You can check this in the diagram. Epididymis, which is present exactly on the top region, this one. The epididymis is generally used for temporary storage and maturation of the sperm. The epididymis comes outside the testes to form a tube which is known as vas differentia. Next part, vas differentia. These are paired ducts which are present on each side. Here, vasa differentia. These pairs. The vasa differentia comes upward inside the abdominal cavity through inguinal canal up to the urinary bladder. It reaches to the urinary bladder. Then it runs on backside of the urinary bladder and again runs towards the base of the urinary bladder. That means it's totally covered half of the urinary bladder from its front side to its back side, and gets unite with duct of seminal vesicle to form ejaculatory duct. So the function of vas differentia is the transport of sperm by peristalsis. Peristaltic movement, that are the muscular movements which we have studied in the chapter digestion in our previous standard. What is peristalsis? Urethra, the ejaculatory ducts, run forward and unite with urethra to form urinogenital duct, which opens at the tip of the penis. So this is urethra. From here to here, this is urethra, which actually runs from the ejaculatory duct to the penis at the tip of the tip of the penis. The urethra is useful for the transport of urine and sperms at different times. So during urination and copulation respectively. That means this is a single common cavity or canal or channel for the flow of sperms, that is in the form of semen we can say, and also generally it is for the flow of urine. Penis, it is external male copulatory organ through which runs the common urinogenital tract, and the tip of penis is covered by loose fold of skin called as prepuce, while the penis is internally made up of erectile muscles and blood vessels and sinuses. There is a spelling mistake in this note. It must be sinuses. So penis, which is made up of upper loose skin which continues to it till its tip, and inside it is made up of muscles which are highly vascular muscles and which are form a kind of hardness when they are totally filled with the blood. Now next part, that is histology of testes. This diagram, which is also same as given in our textbook, so you can check over there in the textbook. Testis is externally covered by a collagenous connective tissue. A collagenous connective tissues which are termed as tunica albuginea, a kind of spongy tissues. Outer to its an incomplete peritoneal covering. Peritoneal covering which is incomplete, that means it is just covered from one side only and which disappears. There is tunica vaginalis, and the inner to its, which is termed as tunica vasculosa, which is a thin membranous and vascular layer. Vascular layer means which shows presence of most of the arteries and veins, blood vessels. Fibers from tunica albuginea divide its testes into about 200 to 300 testicular lobules, and these lobules are actually responsible for the storage of semen, the storage of sperm. Each testicular lobule shows 1 to 4 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Here the TS of testis diagram is in detail. These seminiferous tubules are connected with each other by connective tissues which contains blood vessels and nerve endings, means end points of the nerves. In between the seminiferous tubules, the connective tissues, that gap is filled with the connective tissues which is termed as interstitial cells or leading cells, and which secretes responsible for the secretion of male sex hormone, that is termed as testosterone, and which controls the secondary sexual characters of the male. Each seminiferous tubule is oval in shape, having two types of cells: germinal or epithelial cells or Sertoli or Nurse cells. Sertoli or nerve cells which are just for the nourishing of the sperm, and germinal epithelial cells, among which exact spermatogenesis means meiosis takes place. The germinal epithelial cells undergoes to spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is formation of sperms to produce the sperms. So the Sertoli cells are few in number and having the pyramidal shape, a kind of triangular shape, cone shape, to which sperms get attached by its head region and absorbs the nourishment. That's why the Sertoli cells are also known as nerve cells. Accessory ducts. The accessory ducts include retitestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens, ejaculatory duct, and urethra. From the retitestis, 12 to 20 fine tubules arising from the retitestis are termed as vasa efferentia, means which are coming out from the testes. So vasa efferentia unites with each other and form a single duct, which is known as epididymis, and which carries the sperm from the testes to vasa deferentia. Epididymis is a long and highly coiled tube which is differentiated into upper cap, middle corpus, lower cauda epididymis. So sperms undergoes maturation in epididymis, means after the formation of sperms which are immatured, which rest in epididymis, where it gets matured and then ejaculated out from the male's body. Posteriorly, it leads into the, means from the backside, it leads to the vasa deferentia, which travels up to the abdominal cavity, means from testes it again enters in the body and loops over, which forms a loop inside the ureter to open out the urethra. Means from below side, that means the downside of the urethra, it comes up and forms a loop and gets added with the urethra. On the way, vasa deferentia joins the duct of seminal vesicle. Before connecting to the urethra, it gets joined, means seminal vesicles actually gets joined to the ejaculatory duct. So this ejaculatory duct which passes through the prostate glands and opens into the urethra. The urethra provides a common passage for the urine and the semen, and it is also called urinogenital tract, means for the space for urine and also space for the semen, means for the genital tract. In males, the urethra is long and extends through the penis, and it opens in outside by the opening which is called the urethral meatus or urethral orifice, that is the opening of the penis. All the accessory ducts except urethra are present in pairs. Now turn to the glands of the male reproductive system. Male glands or male accessory glands are as follows. First, seminal vesicle. It is a pair of glands lying on the posterior side of the urinary bladder, which are present behind the urinary bladder, secretes alkaline seminal fluid which contains fructose, fibrinogen, and prostaglandins. It secretes alkaline, it creates alkaline condition in the semen because semen is going to release inside the vagina, which is acidic in nature. That's why it must be neutralized, which makes a kind of favorable condition for the sperms to swim inside the vagina. It contributes about 60% of the total volume of the semen. So seminal vesicle produce the more amount of material, which is the main part of the or most part of the semen. Fructose, which is formed in the seminal vesicles, which is useful for the sperm for the energy, while the fibrinogen coagulates the semen into the bolus for quick propulsion in the vagina. So as soon as the semen release, it gets converted into a kind of thick material because of the presence of fibrinogen. That is one of the kind of fibrinogen, that is one of the kind of agglutination showing. So or the clotting we can say. So this fructose, which actually provides energy, fructose is a food material, nutritious material for the sperm, which provides a space, which provides an energy for the sperm to swim in that semen, and also coming out from the semen and swim inside the vagina. The prostaglandins, which stimulate reverse peristalsis in vagina and uterus, which produces faster movement of sperms toward the egg in the female body.